CCC family? It's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to continue on with some Valentine's projects. Really excited about Valentine's coming up, and there's so many great crochet projects that you can do to give us gifts, just to have around the house for decorations, just lots of fun. So what I've got today is I've got these keychain hearts. They do require some stuffing, but they're pretty easy to do, and they're really cool. So it does require these little keychains. Of course, they don't have to be keychains. You can leave them as this. And they're just cute little, pillow hearts. This one was done with a little bit of a larger hook and a larger yarn, so you can see the difference in this one compared to these, which is using like a 3-weight yarn. So yeah, it's pretty easy, and we're going to get into this. The first thing I want to ask you to do is please hit that notify me bell below so that you can get notified of my future videos, and please like and share. Sharing helps more than anything, guys, and I appreciate it so very much. If you are a part of a crochet group, or you have friends, or Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, sharing is what really helps YouTube creators, okay? All right, so let's get into the materials. So for today, I'm going to be making this smaller heart. Like I said previously, this bigger one is used with a bigger hook, but I'm going to be making one of these, and you use a 3.75 millimeter hook. And again, I'm using 3-weight yarn. These are scrap yarns that I pulled from a mandala cake, a Lion brand mandala cake, and they've just been separated out, and they're scrap yarns that I have. So this is a great project to use up your scrap yarns. This one was done with Red Heart acrylic yarn, and it's a weight 4 yarn, and then on the outside I used the lightweight yarn on the outside. Okay, so that's why this is bigger. I also used, I think I used a 4.25 millimeter hook for the bigger one. So just keep that in mind. The bigger you want it, the bigger the hook, the bigger the yarn. The smaller you want it, the smaller the hook, the smaller the yarn. Okay, so also I use these keychains, and these I got from Amazon. I will link them in the description box below. They came in a pack of like a ton of them for like $6. It was a really good deal. And they come with the little circles, and they come with the little handles for those. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need a darning needle, or you might call it a crochet needle. And you're also going to need some stuffing of some kind. I'm using just some store-bought polyfill that you can get at Walmart or any craft store. But you can, I always say this because, I just can't stand it if people are watching my video and they don't have the things that they need to make what they want to make. And I don't want people to have to go to the store. So if you're really wanting to make this and you're wanting to stuff it, you can use old pillows, old stuffed animals, old things that you have lying around the house to stuff these with. You can use yarn. A lot of people like to do that. You can use yarn to stuff these, but if you do that, it won't be as pliable like this, and it will be a lot heavier. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, so those are your materials for today. So let's get into the tutorial. So as you can see, I used different colors of yarn for these. I used 1, 2, 3 different colors, and then on the outside, I used 2 of the colors within this to do the border. For this one, I just used 1 solid color and then did a little bit of a different border, but I'm going to show you about that as well. And this one as well, this one was variegated, and so I used 3 different colors. So it's all up to you. I'm going to show you how to change colors in this video, but you can use anything you want, okay? All right, so I'm going to start off with this light pink here, and we're going to start off in the middle here, and we're going to chain 4. So let's start with our slip knot. Also, real quick, sorry for talking so much. I know y'all hate that, but I have to let you know that if there's anything you're not familiar with in this video, I am going to deem this a beginner friendly video because I'm going to be working a little bit slow. I'm going to be showing you how to do everything. But if for some reason you don't know any of the stitches that we're using, or some of the stitches, or you don't know how to, you're brand new, you don't know how to use your hook, you don't know how to hold your yarn properly, please look below and you'll see in the description box a video for beginner, and then you're also going to see a video that can help with treble crochets, which we'll be using in this. Okay, so we've done our slip knot, so let's chain 4, 2, 3, and 4, and then in the 4th chain over, so 1, 2, 3, 4, in this 4th chain, you're going to work 3 trebles. So wrap around your hook twice, go into this stitch right here, pull up a loop, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, and then you're going to do that one more time again. Work a treble, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, and then again, wrap around your hook twice, go through the stitch, pull up, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. Okay, so we have 3 trebles, and now we're going to do 4 double crochets into this ring that we've created here. So yarn over, go into the ring, pull up a loop, go through 2, and then go through 2 for a double crochet. Then repeat that 3 more times. Okay, so now we have 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to do 1 treble in the ring. So go around your hook twice, go into the circle here, pull up, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. Okay? Then you're going to do 4 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And then you're going to do 3 trebles again. Wrap around your hook twice, go into the ring, pull up, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. That's 1 treble. And then do that again. That's 2. And then do that again, and that's 3. Okay, and this is what it's looking like. It's stretched out a lot. You can pull that a little bit if you'd like. But we're going to do one more stitch into here. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to slip stitch back into the middle of the ring, just like that. Okay, and now you can pull tight. Okay, and this is what it looks like. You've got a tiny little heart. Okay, and so now what you're going to do is you're going to go into this little space. Okay, so right here is where we made worked into our first stitch there. So in between, and this is considered a treble, so right in between here, okay, so right there into that space in between this treble and this treble, you're going to work 2 single crochets. So you're going to go right in here and work 1 single crochet, and then right into here and work another single crochet. Okay, now we're going to be working on the top of these stitches. So if you turn it over, you can see the V's. Now you're going to be working into the top. All right, so now you're going to do 3 double crochets into each of the next 3 stitches. Okay, so on the top of this one right here, we're going to work 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And then into the next stitch, you're going to work 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And into the next stitch, you're going to work 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so technically you have 9 double crochets, and now you're going to work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now you're going to work 2 double crochets in the next stitch. 1 and 2. And then in your next stitch, you're going to work 1 double crochet, 1 treble crochet, wrap around your hook twice, go into the space, pull up, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. And then in that same spot, you're going to do 1 more double crochet. So all in that same stitch, you had 1 double crochet, 1 treble crochet, and then 1 double crochet. And into the next stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochets. And into the next stitch, you're going to put 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3, and each one of these, you're going to work 1 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. And then in your next 3 stitches, you're going to work 3 double crochets in each of the 3 stitches. So in the next stitch, we're going to put 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And in the next stitch, you're going to work 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And in the next stitch, you're going to work 3 double crochets, and this is the last stitch. 1, 2, and 3. And then you need to repeat exactly what you did on this side. So in this space right here, in between these 2 trebles from before, right here, right there, you're going to work 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. Just like that, okay? And now I want to show you how to change colors. We could have changed colors for that next round, but I was just going to try to make it a little easy. So let's just go ahead and we're going to change colors now. And this will be how you can change colors for any row if you so choose to do, okay? It's very simple. All I do, a lot of people like to make a slip knot and bring it in that way, but this is the way I bring in mine because I want it to be smooth. So I'm just literally gonna pull it into that loop that we had where our pink yarn was. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to tie it in the back, just like that. And then I can go ahead and cut off my pink yarn, just like this. And now I'm all ready to go into my next stitch, okay? Now that's just the way I do it. You can do it any way you like, all right? So now that we've changed colors, we're gonna go into our next round. And the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to put a single crochet into our first stitch. Now these can be kind of hard to find because they are single crochets from our previous round, but I want you to see that there's one right there, okay? Let me move my light a little bit so you can see a little better. I don't know if that helped or not. Okay, but we've got one single crochet right here and one right there. Those are the 2 from before. So we're gonna be working into those. So I'm gonna go into my first one and I'm gonna put a single crochet. I'm gonna go into my next one and put a single crochet. And then I'm going to go into my next stitch and put a single crochet as well, okay? So we have 3 single crochets. Then we're going to do 2 double crochets in each of the next 8 stitches. So I'm going to go into my next stitch and I'm going to put 2 double crochets. So there's 1. And into the next 2 double crochets. There's 2. Into the next 2 double crochets. There's 3. And into the next 2 double crochets. There's 4. And into the next 2 double crochets. There's 5. And into the next 2 double crochets. There's 6. And into the next 2 double crochets. There's 7. And into the next 2 double crochets. And there's 8. So in total, you should have 16 double crochets, okay? So let's just make sure that we got that right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, okay? So we've got all of our stitches there. And now we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to go into our next stitch and we're going to work 1 double crochet, 1 treble crochet, and then another double crochet. Okay, all in that same stitch. Now working back up the other way, we're going to repeat what we did before on the other side, mirroring. So now we're going to put we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to put 2 double crochets in each of the next 8 stitches for a count of 16. So this is what I like to do, and this might make it easier for you. It's a little trick. I just count in 2s. So I go and I know I need 16. So I go into my next stitch and I put 2 double crochets. So that's 1 and 2. And then I just start counting to 16. And then I put 2 in the next, 3 and 4. And then in the next would be 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13 and 14, and then 15 and 16. Just like that. And then I need to do 3 single crochets going back down. So I'm going to go into my next stitch and put 1 single crochet. I'm going to go into my next stitch and put 1 single crochet. Then I'm going to go into my next stitch and put 1 single crochet. So that's 3. And so now what I'm going to do is right into this next stitch right here, I'm going to make a slip stitch to close. Okay. And so that's it for the heart. That's how you do it. And you're going to cut off. But actually what I want to do before we cut off, you're going to need 2 of these hearts, but only on one of them is there going to be an edging. I'm going to show you how to do the edging that goes around. Now this edging is only going to go on one side of the heart. It only goes on one side, and then you'll make another one just like the other one, okay? So this will only go on this one, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3, pull up your loop. We don't want it to come undone, so we're going to pull it up like that. Then we're going to bring in our other color, okay? So now I'm going to bring in my other color, and I'm going to bring it into the space right in front of this one. So right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working in my front loops only for these, okay? So I want to pull in my color only through the front loop, and I'm going to chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to leave that as well. I'm going to pull that out, okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this blue forward, and I'm going to work over that with the pink, okay? So I want to make sure that this and the working yarn for this is pulled forward. And then I'm going to go into my next available stitch, working through the front loop only, and I'm going to put a single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to pull that up as well, just to make sure it doesn't come undone. And then I'm going to pull the pink down. Okay, so I'm pulling the pink down, and then I'm going over with the blue. All right, So again, I'm going to go over with the blue, but I'm going to be working in the front loop only to make a single crochet. So I'll put a single crochet there, and then I'm going to chain 3 again. Then I'm going to pull up. I'm going to bring this forward, and then I'm going to go over with the pink. Okay. I'm going to go into the next stitch, making sure that I work through the front loop only. Just like this. And then I would chain 3 again, pull up, go into my blue, pull my pink down, go over into the next stitch with my blue, working through the front loop only and putting a single crochet. And again, chain 3, pull up with my loop, pull down, pull my pink back in, go into my next stitch, working in my front loop only. Okay, so you're going to keep doing that all the way around, and when we get close to the end up here, I'm going to show you how to finish this edging, and then I'm going to show you how to place the other heart on the back side. Okay, so we'll be back in just a minute. So now we've worked all the way around doing our edging here, and we've got these last bits here. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to chain 4 one more time, so that I have 2 of these left. Okay, so I've got my pink pulled forward here, and then I've got my blue right here. And so now I'm going to cut off, leaving enough room to sew these in, and they can get a little bit tangled up. That's normal. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take our darning needle, and you're just going to pull these through just like that, and then pull this one through just like that. And then we're going to take our darning needle and we're going to sew these in. Okay, and we're just going to go just like we would have if we were still crocheting them. So I'm going to pull the blue forward, and then I'm going to put on my pink, put it through the darning needle, and go over, and then sew it into the back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here, go working through the back loop so that you can't see this color pulled through the front. So then I'm going to go through here. We want to work this in 3 times, working through the back only. Okay, just like this. I just want to make sure that this color does not pop through to the front because it's a different color. Okay, and so then after we work that in, we can cut off just like that. And now we've got our blue piece, so we need to put this on our darning needle as well, and we're going to pull that to the front as well. Okay, or to the back, excuse me. You're going to pull that to the back, and you're going to go right through the same color here, this blue color, and you're just going to pull it forward just like this and just work it in. Okay, just like that. And most of these stitches here can just be pulled into the middle because you're going to stuff this, so you don't have to work them in. But like this one right here, because it's on the edge, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew it in a little bit further down. So I'm just going to go in like right here, and I'm just going to pull it to where it'll be down closer to the middle so it can fit in. And then I'm going to take this pink part here, and I'm going to tighten that up in the middle. Now this one I am going to work in a couple times because I don't want it to come undone from where we did our kind of our fake magic circle there in the beginning. So I'm going to put it onto my darning needle, and I'm just going to work it in a couple times just so it can get really tightened up there. Doesn't leave a gaping hole. So I'm just going to keep working this in here. Okay. And then all of these, like I said, can just fit down into the middle. Now, if you can tell, because we worked through the back loop, the front loop of all of those stitches. Now you can see a defining heart on the back side. And we did that because that's where we're going to sew our other heart on. And if you wouldn't have done that through the front loop, it would have been really hard to find those stitches. So as you can see here, it's pushed these forward, okay? So this is what the front looks like. And you could leave it just like this and do a keychain like this. But what we're gonna do is I want you to do a heart just like we did in the beginning, but without the edging. So we're gonna do that heart, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how to sew it together. So if you need to rewind, go back to the beginning and then make another heart, okay? I'll see you in just a second. I just finished my other heart, and I'm going to make sure that I leave quite a bit here left over so that I can sew it on. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just going to pull through just like this, okay? And then I'm going to just make sure that this middle piece is worked in just so that it doesn't come undone here, just like we did on the other one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place this over here, and this is going to fit right over this just like this, okay? And we're going to sew it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this long piece on my darning needle, and I'm going to show you how to sew these hearts together. So remember, if you're doing this and you want to just go ahead and start sewing because you already know how, that's fine. But just remember that you want to leave an opening for your stuffing, okay? So I'm going to make sure that all these ends and stuff are tucked in. And I'm just going to line this up here, and I'm going to try to line it up as best I can. And I'm just going to start going through both of these two loops here and into this loop. This that would have been the back loop because we were working through the front loop. And we're just going to go around and work in all the way around, except for leaving a place to apply our stuffing, okay? So just going through all these loops. So I'm going to try to hit each V as I go around. You see the V's right here, and then the loops right there. So you're just lining those up. Just like this. Okay, so I want you to just keep going around just like that all the way around, and just leave a hole so that you can stuff this. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. And I just want to show you real quick on this one. As you can see, I used a different color going around, and that actually looks really neat as well. It just made it stand out for the sewing. So you can do that too. You can use a different color to sew it together, and that even adds a little extra pop of color, okay? So I'm gonna finish doing this and I'll meet you back up in just a minute. So I've sewed all the way up here to the very end, and I've left a little hole to bring in some stuffing. So I'm gonna bring in my stuffing, and I wanna show you, it does matter how you stuff things. You wanna make sure that you don't overstuff them, don't understuff them. It really does make a difference in your project. So you want to use your fingers to really get the stuffing over here to give the heart its look. So I'm going to press up on this side, and then I'm going to take some more, and I'm just going to keep working it in with my fingers till it looks the way that I want it to look. And it's as full as I would like it. So I'm going to get a little bit more here. I'm going to press this in like this. Okay. And I might like a little bit more, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to leave it like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish sewing this up, okay? So I'm just going to go in just like this, just like I've been doing. And then you might find that you have more or less stitches. Just don't worry about it. Just try to, you know, work them in as best that you can. It's also a little hard to find these stitches as you're going around, but just try to get there. Especially when you get close to the end here, just find the blue on this opposite side and try to get in, okay? So just like this. Pull up right through there and do my last one right there, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and work this piece in. I'm gonna use my hands to get this all puffed out here, get it situated. And like I said, I needed a little bit more stuffing on this side, but I still think it looks pretty good. So then I'm gonna take this to work this in. I'm gonna go right back into my heart, and I'm going to do it 3 times. 1, 2, going in and out of the same spot, 3, okay? And then you can cut off, pull tight so that it goes back into the project. And now I'm just going to show you how to do this little piece right here at the very top that holds the keychain, and then I'm going to show you how to put on the keychain, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right through the middle here, right there. I'm going to pull this through, and then I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to pull tight. Just like that. And then I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to go right back into the same place. Okay. And this can be a little fiddly because you've got your edging here, but just work right back in there. You can move your edging if you need to. Pull that through and then do a slip stitch. Okay. And then you can cut off. Pull this through just like that, and then you can pull up, and you've got this cute little place here to place your keychain, but you've got these little pieces here. And so what you're going to do with those is, just like everything else, you're going to work them in, but you're going to work them in into the middle of your heart, okay? And by going in and out of the same place, you're not going to see this pink color show up, all right? So I'm going to go right into here, and I'm going to go out, and then I'm going to come back in, and then I'm going to do that one more time, in and out of the same place. And then I'm going to pull tight, cut, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the other piece. So this one is a little bit too small. Try to remember, not like me, but you do better, and try to remember a long piece when you're bringing in that other color so that you can work it in, okay? Because you do want these to work in. If you don't work them enough, they can come undone, okay? So you really want to do it 3 times, and this is not going to be enough to do 3 times. It's only going to do twice. So just make sure, like I said, you leave enough there at the beginning. I'm going to pull tight, okay? And so then I've got my little piece here that you can pull up, and that's what I'm going to put my little keychain around, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out these keychains. I used my nail. You can use something else if you need to, but I'm just going to use my nail, and I'm going to open this up just like that to where it's open. And then I'm going to go right through this little thing I made here, this little chain loop that I made. I'm going to make sure that it's nice and open, and I'm going to put that around there, okay? And then I'm going to pull up to where it's down where it needs to be, all right? And then it might try to catch a little bit. If it catches, just roll it around just like this. And then we're going to put this piece on. So I'm going to take my nail again, and you can use your darning needle or something else to hold this if you need to. Okay. And then I'm just going to place this on here, and I'm going to roll it around till it gets to where it needs to be. And voila, you have a beautiful crochet keychain heart. It's nice and puffy, nice and cute, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, or you want to show me your hearts, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I have a Gmail. And of course, you can comment right here on YouTube. I try to get to everyone's questions or comments as quickly as I can. If a video has a ton of comments, it might be sometimes that I don't get it. If that happens, just keep doing it or send me a message on any of those other sites, okay? All right, so thanks again. I'll see you soon. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye.